Hey everybody, Bobby Brown, Guns and Drums, and today I want to talk about the controversial spy drone. Howdy everybody, Bobby Brown, Guns and Drums, and today I want to talk about a controversial subject that's floating around Facebook and the media right now, all about this guy from Kentucky shooting a drone out of the sky. Now, I'm just as concerned about my security as the next person. And this story, there's more to this story than we know about. There is some antagonization going on. I think there's something going on between these neighbors, and I don't think they liked one another to start with. I've read some stuff, and I watched the interviews, and I'm not sure what's what. Heard one story said when he shot the thing down, it was way up in the air and it landed in the field. Heard one story said the thing was hovering right above his pool deck. I don't know, but I can tell you there's more to the story than that. First of all, drone flyers are no different than gun owners or automobile operators or the dumbass irresponsible texter that's going down the road at 90 miles an hour texting. Drones have to be flown responsibly, just like guns have to be shot responsibly. You're not supposed to fly over people. There's guidelines, and you're supposed to adhere to those. What I'm afraid of is the gun community is just going to go crazy, start shooting these things out of the sky. First of all, remember, this falls under the FAA regulations, and it's going to be a federal offense if you blast one of these babies out of the sky. Secondly, come on. If this is going on, you're going to go to your neighbor, or you're going to find out who's flying this thing, and you're going to say, look, keep this thing out of my yard. You know, I mean, come on, there's got to be a better way than blasting the thing out of the sky with a shotgun. Now, did the guy have the right to do so if it was spying on his kids and his pool and his wife and his privacy was being, yeah, I'd blast the SOB out of the sky too. But what I'm saying is there's more to the story. Now, as far as blasting one out of the sky, well, that thing could crash and hurt somebody potentially. Those props are spinning pretty quickly. Just watch Julio Iglesias, that guy that cut his hand on stage, and watch and see these things can be dangerous. You don't want them falling on your kids in the pool, I can tell you that for sure if you shoot it. So, just fodder to think about. You know, I think in most cases it's a trespass situation, and you can, I'm going to level up my tripod because this is bugging me just a little bit. In a trespass situation, you can call the law and have things handled in that fashion. Blasting drones out of the sky is not a good practice. If one's invading your privacy, by all means, have at it. If I was flying over somebody's pool, hovering around their deck, I would kind of expect to be shot out of the sky. But if I'm cruising or hovering 600 feet in the air, 600 feet's an exaggeration, no harm, no foul. And remember, it's a federal offense to blast something out of the sky, whether it's a drone, helicopter, whatever. There again, another point. You wouldn't just shoot I realize this is an unmanned thing, but you wouldn't, if somebody was standing on the edge of your property with a camera pointing it, would you just shoot them? I know that's not relevant at all. But what I'm saying is these things are a lot of fun. Get out and fly one, and fly it responsibly. One other thing I'd like to add to the equation, I want to do a little 360 right here. I don't know why, it just felt good. These things have GoPros on them. GoPro is a real wide angle. Now for me, I'm a scenery guy. I want to go up and take pictures of the mountains, and I don't really care what my neighbors are doing, to be honest with you. But keep that in mind, that a GoPro is such a wide angle that they'd have a better the government could zoom in on your ass with a satellite better than you could ever do with that GoPro. From treetop level with a GoPro, you're going to be about this big. So I don't think any boobies are going to be seen So once again, if it's hovering 20 feet off the ground in your backyard, that's one thing. But if it's up in the air, chances are they don't care what you look like and they're not filming you. If they are filming you, you might be vain enough to hope they are. And chances are that if they're up in the air, they're taking pictures of scenery. Keep in mind, folks, that most states have legislation already governing drones, and you can't fly in national parks and things of that nature. There are rules and regulations that must be followed if you're going to fly a drone. So my concern, morons keep doing this kind of stuff. I'm not talking about the guy shooting the drone, I'm talking about the guy flying the drone. If in fact he was flying low enough and invasive enough to warrant being shot out of the sky, here's an irresponsible drone flyer. I like to call them quads. Anyway, it doesn't take many morons before these things are legislated or outlawed altogether, just like guns. So I'm in the quad corner here. I'm fighting hard for quads. I like to fly them. I think they're a lot of fun. Whether this guy had the right to shoot it out of the sky or not, you know, I don't know. Once again here, I think the media is making a big deal out of this. I bet these two neighbors were already feuding. How much you want to bet? Yeah, my neighbor's a pretty cool guy. If he flew over here and was hovering kind of low, I'd just go over and say, look, dude, that ain't gonna work. So, just fodder to think about. Well, folks, here it is. My new gimbal. For those of you that don't know what a gimbal is, it is an electronic leveling device to keep my ultimate spy GoPro working just properly. I will be spying on the neighbors and hovering over their pool. No, I will not. That's a bunch of crap. That's not going to happen. Who does that? Only irresponsible flyers do that. Once again, folks, guns and drums. Keep it pointed in a safe direction and fly your drones responsibly.